Good Friday morning, everybody, on this October 21st, Sam Channel weather here at Ace Hardware Marketplace, which I will be later today. Actually, later this morning, if you think about it. Depends on what time zone. I'll be in Greensburg. Yeah, it's a big weather radio event. I'll be there with weather radios to sell and to program. If you're in Green, Taylor, Adair, or surrounding counties, come to the Greensburg Ace Hardware Marketplace because Ace is the place for weather radios. And I will be there from 11 to 1 Central, noon to 2 Eastern. Or if you're, around that area and you're more used to this, it's 11 to 1 slow time, noon to 2 fast time. That's the way we say it around these parts. So anyway, it's going to be a good day for that. Weather-wise, it's going to be a good day. So I want to get right into it on this Friday morning. Show you that high pressure is dominating. Satellite view showing some high clouds approaching from our north. But the surface winds are still coming out of the south. So that means another pronounced warm up today. With a bit of a breeze, as we've had every single day this week and much of last week. It'll be a warmer breeze, which is going to help us warm into the mid 70s today. No rain anywhere in sight. Not seeing any for a while, and even the rain that I see is not going to be all that impressive. Here's a look at the current temperatures this morning. You see 40s to the west of us, lots of 40s showing up, mid 40s. That's the warmer air coming in. And then closer to home here in Bowling Green, we see 30s right around close to freezing. It is freezing or below freezing over in Morgantown in Butler County, but everybody else is warming into the 40s. The exceptions being far east of us, 20s and 30s. There will be a little patchy frost here and there, but overall, the southerly breezes, even this morning, is helping us. Well, I didn't show you that. There we go. So you see the 40s to the west, a few 30s in the middle, then 40s, then more 30s. It's just spotty this morning where we're seeing any frost. But most of you shine with frost, lack of frost this morning, thanks to that southerly breeze that is already a little, you can feel it even this morning. That's the warmer air that is going to take over today and be with us throughout the day. All right, let me show you the next 10 days before we get into the details. And we are going to see warmer temperatures starting today. We're talking low to mid 70s, then mid to upper 70s for Saturday and Sunday, closer to 80 by Monday. Then we get the cold front, which was supposed to bring us a fairly good chance of rain, but it appears that the rain chances with each continual computer forecast run they're coming down on the chances, which is unfortunate because we could really use the rain. It's getting way too dry around here. High fire danger again today, elevated fire danger, brush fires, wildfires, any small fire can get out of control. All we need is just that breeze to pick up on just one little flame or two, and then it's out of control. That's the kind of, it's very tender out there, tinderbox kind of stuff going on here. So we need to be careful. But warm next few days, this is even above average. Average is 71. We're going to be more in the mid to upper 70s for the next several days. Then the cold front comes in as we get into Tuesday. Then the temperatures come down, but closer to normal, closer to where we should be this time of the year in the low 70s. Even more so next weekend, we're going to see temperatures falling into the 60s, and that would be below average. And that very last day that you see there on the graph, that's Monday, October 31st, Halloween, with a high of 65. That's for now. All right. That's the way it looks right now. But as we know, things can change. I would like to see the chances of rain change for our area, but right now it doesn't appear that it's going to be anything significant. At first, it looked like we were going to get some beneficial soaking rain out of this system, but with each newer computer run, forecast run, it's taking it down and down and down. So we'll just have to play it out here and see what happens. Okay, now on to predicted temperatures starting in the 40s mostly this morning. We'll go into the low 70s, maybe even mid. I'm going to call it mid 70s, closer to 74, 75 for Bowling Green, just because of the dry atmosphere and the dry ground and those southerly winds that'll be breezy at times today. Tonight will certainly be warmer. We're talking about low to mid 50s, only about 54 for a low. That's warmer. So you won't have, definitely will not have to worry about any kind of freezing conditions tonight, even in spots. It's just going to stay a little bit of a southerly breeze that's going to keep us warm enough to where we surely will not have to worry about that tonight. And then tomorrow, more into the mid to, I'm going to say upper 70s. I think we could go 76, 77 with some sunshine. It's going to be a very nice weekend for sure, as far as the weather is concerned, with sunshine and the warmer temperatures around the area. And then, of course, we've got Western playing a Friday night game tonight. Kickoff at 7 o'clock at Houchens-Smith Stadium against UAB. You can listen to it live on SAM 100.7, full coverage there, or you can be in the stands this evening at Fikes Field. It's going to be a great evening for football. Not too warm and not too cold. It's going to be just right. Here's a look at the surface map, and you can see that we're under the dominance of high pressure and will continue to be during the course of the weekend. Of course, here comes the storm up in the Pacific Northwest that we've been watching. This is the one that is going to traverse downward into our area by the beginning of next week. But the problem is it's going to spend a lot of its energy back to the west with some high elevation snows and then a mix and then rain for the Pacific Northwest and the Rockies. Here it comes. This is Sunday. Notice how we're just high and dry. By Monday, we start to see the rain approach. This is a pretty potent system. There could be severe weather in parts of the Arklatex, and then heavy rains up north and wind, followed by a mix and snow on the leeward side of the Rockies. As we get into Monday, then here we go into Tuesday. Yes, it shows us with rain and maybe even a few thunderstorms, but much of the energy will be spent already with this system back to the west and further north where the low pressure system is. If that low was a little bit further south, I would give us a better chance of rain. But this strong high pressure ridge is going to start to eat away at whatever moisture tries to come in. Yes, there's Gulf moisture. Yes, there's Pacific moisture, but the problem is just running into ridges of high pressure, and it's just not that potent. Now, Wednesday, it is showing a fairly good chance of rain and maybe some thunderstorms as a weaker low moves right through the Bowling Green area. But we're not going to see a whole lot of change, as I showed you in the 10-day chart there. In temperature, we will cool down a little, but we're just not going to get the rain that we had hoped for unless something changes between now and then high pressure takes over once again. Now, there's a couple of more systems that are going to move in by late week, next week, but whether it's going to bring us any rain or not, that remains to be seen. We'll just have to see what happens over the coming days. But in the meantime, steady as she goes. The big change, warmer temperatures, certainly over the course of the weekend into the beginning of next week, then some rain maybe. It's probably not going to be enough rain to get rid of the moderate drought that we are in currently. So that's an issue. Just be careful. Don't burn anything outdoors. All right. I know it's tempting to do bonfires and all that kind of stuff, but it's just not a good idea right now. Okay. Getting ready to head to the radio station, Sam 100.7. 6 to 10 this morning. Great music, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the classic hits you grew up with and love and are even more popular now than they were back then in some cases. And I've got some stuff to give away, more Haunted Lantern tour tickets at the Historical Rail Park Museum, and that's going to be cool. That started actually last evening, family night, but it goes this weekend and it goes next weekend, which is Halloween weekend. So I'll give some pairs of tickets away this morning on the show. And then, as I mentioned, the show will actually be a little shorter for me this morning because I've got to leave in time to get to Greensburg to start at 11 o'clock Central, noon Eastern, for the Weather Radio Event there at the Ace Hardware Marketplace store in Greensburg. Okay. So I hope you come see me. We're going to give a lot of free stuff away. Simply Southern's going to have their Jeep there, and they've got 25% off a lot of Simply Southern apparel and all of that. So there you go. Otherwise, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you either in Greensburg or on the radio.